Hello everyone, this is KAHEVA, all knowledge of the world, hand, heart, and soul. There's no knowledge that can beat experience. South Korea's Hyundai and Samsung have withdrawn from China. Why did Korea's Hyundai and Samsung withdraw from China after losing money? Because they didn't listen to what Rockefeller said. From an Eastern point of view, Rockefeller has received the God, spirit of wealth. Rockefeller thought about doing business in China as well. However, after researching China and making prayers, he found out that doing business in China would only result in failure and loss. To win a war, you have to be a prophet of war. To win a business, you must receive the prophecy of business. In other words, the God of business. Rockefeller is a person who had received the God of business. Rockefeller and Rockefeller Jr. declared, do not do business in China. Don't think about gaining profit in China. Don't think about making money in China. Since 1917, the Rockefeller Foundation provided trillions of dollars to help China develop in terms of medicine, etc. In 1950, the United States and China went to war in Korea. At this time, all facilities in China established by Rockefeller fell into the hands of CCP. The Chinese have a strong sense of pride. The Chinese think that the center of the world is China. Therefore, China, 中国, itself means the center of the world. Countries such as the United States and Russia are nomadic, moving peoples. They are people who pave the way. China does not pave the way. Chinese are the people who build castles. I say it again. The Chinese are the people who build castles. If the United States or Europe enters the castle called China, they're going there as a guest. You should never go in there to do business. China considers foreigners as guests. But when the foreigners come to make war, they go to war with them. When foreigners come to make money, they try to take away all their money. The reason why the Chinese have loud voice is because they are so proud to be the center of the world. Koreans have fought many wars. So Koreans watch other people with a third eye, pretending not to look at others. Japan is an island country, so they are kind to each other. Sumimasen, I'm sorry. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you so much. So that they will not be forced out of the island. The Chinese don't think about anyone else because they are the main characters of the world. Chinese people think of Europeans as barbarians who can only handle machines and enjoy double genders. In other words, their understanding is that Europeans are mentally lower than Chinese. Korea developed the country with the help of the United States Protestant missionaries. So Koreans have respect for Americans. However, China thinks itself as the world center nation. There is absolutely not a single respect for Americans and Europeans. We study history to predict the future because history repeats itself. China and Taiwan will not go into war. China has never fought a sea battle or a naval battle. The problem is North Korea. North Korea and South Korea will not be unified, and North Korea will remain a gray area. Ukraine Zelensky believed in the help of the US and Europe and turned Russia into an enemy and went into war. Russia is fighting a war that can't be lost, and Ukraine is fighting a war that can't be won. In conclusion, Ukraine is becoming a dust. If North Korea believes in the help of China and Russia and goes to war with South Korea, like Ukraine, North Korea will be devastated. The regime will collapse and continue to go gray. Rockefeller established a medical school in China. Rockefeller said, throw away the idea of gaining profits from China. You can forever be respected by Chinese only when you pay tribute to Chinese traditions and culture and say that in the near future, you hope the Chinese to run the medical institutions and hospitals established by the Rockefeller Foundation. Rockefeller Jr., the operator of Rockefeller Foundation, maintained until his death in 1960 that providing aid to China was not an investment for the profit, but it's a charitable work. He invested a lot of money in China's medicine, agriculture, natural science, humanities, social sciences, commoner education, and constructed country villages. He also accomplished immortal achievements in Chinese studies in the US. Rockefeller never pursued profit in China. Our foundation is not a profit-seeking group. It's not even an investment for the future. China is not an uncivilized country. What we can do to a cultural powerhouse is to respect them. Why did Rockefeller say not to do business in China? The prophet Rockefeller knew that China was a cultural powerhouse. And he made this prophecy because he knew that China would never be conquered by business or by war. In the future, the world will be led by the US, China, and Russia. And China will take the role of counterweight. In this war in Ukraine, if China had actively helped Russia, the capital of Ukraine would have been destroyed within a week. This is KAHEVA. See you in the next video. God bless you.